guys, so JP Grand Cross is finally releasing Evil Lilia as a playable character, and we're gonna take a look at what she does. Of course, just translated by Grand Cross Database. Follow them, they have their stuff in the description. I am not gonna cover the whole patch notes in this video because I wanna wait for all of them to be translated first, so I have a video with everything. But if you want to take a quick peek in the rest of the patch notes, of course we have the banner. It's LILLIA Mono, which I'll take a look right here because it's important. There's this new costume thing, killer costumes for LILLIA. This one looks interesting. Super Boss Escanor. Yes, Super Boss Escanor is coming. He looks crazy. This costume looks so good. We're gonna take a look at the translations once it's all translated, and I want to say 2-ish hours, so be aware of when that does come out. For now, I'll take a very heavy look on the characters. So, how is the banner looking like? Let me take a quick look. Camila, Easton, Valenti, Shin, Roxy. So it's only original characters in the banner. There are only original characters in the banner. And there's going to be ticket packs as well. Wait. And there are free tickets. You can get free... Okay, you can get a free multi from here on this banner. Okay, again, when I get the full translations, I'll have a better way of knowing. But there's also going to be a diamond bonus event. Oh, okay, it's packs. It's not a diamond bonus, okay. Regardless, there are tickets for the banner as well, which is nice. Alright, so, yeah, at 600... Oh, this is not a regular step up. This is not a regular... This is not a regular step up. This is a 600 banner. And I'm guessing either you choose either or. I'm gonna have to wait for this translation to be done. But I'm guessing you choose either or. Either LILLIA or Mono, because you can see Mono has a new character with a new evil costume as well. Also looks amazing, right? And we have LILLIA, but LILLIA is the main piece. Okay, so this is all really interesting. But let's take a look at what they do. I already took a peek. And honestly, LILLIA looks super good. So, LILLIA. Her unique or passive applies corrosion debuff to enemies with 3 or less ultimate gauge for 2 turns. What? Reduces attack on enemies with 5 or more ultimate gauge. Okay. More. By 10% for 2 turns. Activates when entering battle, exclude deathmatch. So, it activates when entering battle. Which means, if you're playing PvP, and your enemy has 2 ultimate gauge, 3 or less ultimate gauge, she's gonna corrode them instantly. Which means that if you're using King, it's gonna be so easy to proc his passive, right? Because corrosion is part of it. And corrosion also helps him do extra damage. So I'm thinking of this LILLIA with this King, and it looks really interesting. And of course you also attack lower them if they get the ultimate. Meaning if they're not using clans, every time someone is gonna ult a team that has LILLIA, they're gonna be attack weakened. But if you're using King, you're not gonna ult, right? Or I guess they are not gonna ult. Your first card inflicts 400 to a single enemy. Heals HP of all allies equals to 40% damage down. This is really interesting. Heals HP of all allies. And this is not a healing card, right? So this cannot be sealed with Easton or something? Oh, she's red by the way. This can be sealed with Easton. Meaning this is essentially a healing card for your whole team that also does damage. It's really good. That's really good. It's a new card. Inflicts damage to 250, takes off 3 ultimate gauge, just like Blue LILLIA. Interesting that they kept that. Cancel buffs on all enemies. Cancel buffs on all enemies! Oh! This is good against Goddess Liz! Oh! This is not a new ultimate by any means. This is the same ultimate that Helbram has. Let me take it. Let's show. It should be the same multiplier as well. Yeah. No. No, because Hellbrum does buffs and stances, so his does less damage. He does 280. This is with combo character, right? 250. But so at max, she should be doing 525. This is crazy good because Goddess Liz is still out here. Goddess Liz is still one of the most used characters on PvP. And if my ult can take off her ult, sounds good to me. This LILLIA is really interesting. I'm looking forward to 6-6ing her. I'm gonna stream my summons as soon as the banner drops. I'm gonna summon until I get a 4-6 so I can Super Awaken her. I know Super Awakening doesn't need 4-6 anymore, but it's good to have just so you don't have to pay extra dupes. I'm sorry, extra coins. I mean that also works, extra dupes. So they have to pay extra coins to unlock it, and I'm planning on 6-6ing her anyway, so I might as well. But she looks crazy good. If you match her up with a King team, if you put her with King and Hindi, that could be really good. Although, maybe you don't want to have her with King and Handy, maybe you want to have her, King, and someone else. Although, again, you won't proc the second part of his passive if you're not using Hendrickson, so we'll see. But this sounds really interesting. This unit sounds really good. Now Mono. Mono sounds a little worse, but it also sounds pretty good. Increases the damage dealt by 30% per ultimate move gauge orb that the enemies have when attacking, excluding PvP. So you can clearly tell this girl is made for Super Boss Escanor, because excluding PvP. This means that she doesn't have a passive when she plays PvP. I hate characters like this. This is the same thing that happens for Matrona and other characters. Why do they have to put excluding PvP? Put a second part for PvP. Have the character have a passive there. Because now she doesn't have a passive in PvP. So she's completely useless in PvP. You're gonna use a character without a passive? She's completely useless in PvP. Which is a shame. But, of course, I'm assuming that she's gonna be crazy good for the Super Boss Escanor. I don't like when they do these. They always do that, right? So, Ban, they released 2 characters, was Easton, which was super good, and then you had Valenti, which was made for the Super Boss. And I'm gonna close my window because there is an ambulance outside. That's super loud. Holy shit. There isn't a single video I have recorded that doesn't have an ambulance in the back. They don't pass when I'm just sitting here. Only when I'm recording. Anyways, like they released the Valenti, which was made for the Bond, and she was bad, but she's good for the raid. So it's the same thing essentially. Mono is gonna be good for the Super Boss Escanor. Cancel buffs and stances, so you can assume that Escanor has buffs and stances. Inflicts damage 180 to all enemies. Prevents ultimate gauge fully enough for 2 turns. Okay, so there's probably going to be multiple enemies in the fight as well. And she has the same ultimate as the other Mono. So, yeah, it's very unlucky. I hate when they do characters like these because after the Super Boss goes away, they become pretty much useless. Now, her passive is still good. She can be like super interesting for Hell Red Demon because she's gonna be doing extra 30% per ultimate orb. Although in the first few phases of Red Demon doesn't have any orbs. Now of course the first phase doesn't have any orbs at all, and then second phase, you know, you have to let him attack really to get orbs and stuff. But she could still be very good for the Hell Red Demon, and maybe for other red activities in the future, PvE wise of course. But PvP, absolutely terrible because it doesn't have passive, so it's unfortunate, but it's the same thing with Easton and Valencia, sorry. They're releasing a really good character and a side character to make company for the Super Boss. I don't know how to feel about that, but I'm really happy that Super Boss Escanor is here, and I'm really happy about this banner. I need Chimera dupes and Roxy dupes. I need these 2. So that'll be great. I need actually, is this green LILLIA? I think so. This is green LILLIA. I need more copies of green LILLIA as well. Also, since we're here, I'm gonna wait for the English translation, but I want to take a look at this. Oh, these are paid. Okay. I was hoping these would be free. Because isn't this the free costume global guy? The Meliodas one? I don't know. And then, I think that's it, right? Yeah, we got the Zero Boss Asconer. I don't think there's any extra pictures or anything. Yeah, it's just the one picture. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll be back once the rest of the patch notes are translated, and we'll take a look at the info for Asconer and stuff. I'm really excited.